And Mason, before we do the next bit of news, I just have this quote I want to read from Rolling Stone when they spoke to Logan director
The band.
James... They spoke to Logan director James Mangold about multiverse stories. Because, of course, famously, Logan has returned in Deadpool and Wolverine, and James Mangold killed him.
That's right.
In another movie.
Out of spite, I believe.
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
I hate this character
That's
and doing
right.
these movies. Yeah.
I think you're a big tough guy, he said. I'll
Yeah.
kill you.
Give me Indiana Jones.
That's right.
I want to do something with it.
That's right.
I'm not going to tell you what. Anyway, in terms of multiverse stories, he said, I think it's the enemy of storytelling. For me, the goal becomes always, what is unique about this film and these characters? Not making you think about some other movie or some Easter egg or something else, which is all an intellectual act, not an emotional act.
Oh.
You want the movie to work on an emotional level.
So true.
Now, I bring this up, Mason, because the biggest news, of course, was the reveal that there's a new Avengers movie. We were going to go down the Kang route. It was going to be Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Yes.
But they've changed it to Avengers Payday. Sorry, Mason. I mean Avengers Doomsday.
James.
Mason.
Why would you... You're supposed to be a professional podcaster.
Yeah, I know.
They lowered all those taxes on podcasting, so bloody smarten up, all right?
So the first Avengers movie is going to be called Avengers Doomsday, with the return of Doctor Doom, which we'll talk about in a minute. The return, I guess, in this... It's been other Doctor Dooms. There was Victor Domachev in 2015.
Yes.
And there was the guy from Nip Tuck.
Yes.
Whose dad was the Prime Minister, I
Correct,
think, at
yes.
one point.
That's
Julian
correct,
McMahon.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be in May of 2026, and then we've got Avengers Secret Wars in May of 2027. The Russo brothers, as rumored last week, they are returning to direct.
That's right.
They went off and they made their own Apple Plus and Netflix movies, whatever they
That's
did.
right, and their own apple pies.
That's right. And then they said, you know what? We're going to do some more Marvel movies because
Yeah, that's right.
those did really, really well and people liked them.
We're bringing down our own average.
It seems that
box
way.
office wise. Some of these are zero because they're streaming.
That's right. So this will be, I guess, their 5th and 6th Marvel movies
Yep.
because Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
It seems as if they're going to release 26 and 27, they would be filmed back-to-back, presumably, like the last ones were.
Of course, we know a lot about filming movies.
We know how things work, Mason. First of all, how do you feel about them returning? Feels like a safe bet,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I think. I said that last week. I think
Yeah.
it's they work well.
Known quantity.
They work well in the toy box, as it were.
Yeah.
Or the toolbox.
So Stephen McFeely, he's going to return to write, but not Christopher Marcus.
Okay.
And they worked
Because
on...
they had a falling out.
I don't know.
I think they did.
They probably had a big falling out.
Let's spread that rumor.
One punched the other one. I don't know who.
Wow.
That's interesting, isn't it?
It was a king hit.
Was it? You shouldn't do that.
I know.
It's bad.
Yep.
You go to jail for that in Australia, which is good.
I agree.
Not the king hit the jail bit. So yeah, they've basically reassembled the creative team from the last Avengers movie.
That's right.
Now, of course, the big reveal from this, and again, this was a rumor last week, I believe it was Jeff Snyder, was that the Doctor Doom casting.
Yeah.
Could you believe it, Mason?
I could not believe it. But in retrospect, I can believe it now.
Because we talked about it last week.
We did, it's true.
So Robert Downey Jr. Took to the stage in a Doctor Doom.
No, a man
Sorry,
dressed as Doctor Doom.
We didn't know. Suspiciously shaped like Robert Downey Jr.
That's
I know
right.
his shape.
He's got those boots.
He's got those boots, yeah.
So those boot cut pants and those boots.
He whips the
He's 6'1".
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's 6'1".
He whips the mask off, and the new Doctor Doom is going to be in the
Robert
Fantastic
Downey Jr.,
Four
yeah.
universe, and then presumably... do you reckon he's going to start in the 60s universe?
Great question.
We don't actually know.
I mean,
if he's a multiverse fellow...
I mean, this was designed to do big woos in Hall H.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, we got scant details. We don't know, is he going to be Victor Von Doom and we only get the voice?
Yeah.
Has he learned from Pedro Pascal that you can just not show up and do the
Yeah.
voice? Or is he a Tony Stark from that universe who is going to go bad and become Doctor Doom? What are we doing here?
Yeah, something
You know?
to do with the cave. The cave went differently.
The cave made
The cave went differently.
Sure, and he became Doctor Doom.
He
Yeah.
ran out the other end of the cave,
Yeah.
and it was the wrong end.
the wrong end, the bad guy.
He ran
end,
into
yeah.
a Doctor Doom costume.
All right, sure.
And he went, all right.
Oh, yeah. Have a bit of this, yeah.
Now, Variety says, and they're a known and reputable source, that he is...
They broke the Skibbity toilet story.
Did they?
Yep, they did.
That's huge. That's big news.
Yeah, yeah.
They're saying that he's playing Victor Von Doom.
Okay, right.
I don't know whether they're just saying that because
Yeah.
that's the name that he has. But also, as we know, in the MCU and the multiverse, there are characters, superheroes, who are played by the same actor who play different characters in different dimensions.
That's true.
So he could play Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark
Yeah.
in the mainline
Yeah, yeah.
universe. And that
Yeah.
would be totally within the laws of whatever
What would
this
you
is.
prefer?
I would actually prefer if they did Victor Von Doom with an entirely different actor.
Okay. Well, too late and too bad.
No, that's
Go
probably,
to hell.
Yeah, you go to hell. You're right. I think I'd probably prefer this to be a Tony Stark variant and have another Doctor Doom
Oh.
maybe at some point because I feel like it is such a. I'm not against this.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's a lot of people saying this feels like a desperate Hail Mary kind of situation.
Because he's the big money maker.
He's the big money maker.
One that kicked it all off.
I can't even imagine what they're going to have to pay him for this. And of course, the Kang Dynasty thing completely fell down. Like, they lost the actor.
Yeah.
And the stories
And I'm like, we can't recast this guy who famously looks like a bunch of other people.
No, and just put a blue mask on whoever.
Yeah.
Also, that wasn't working. Like, it didn't work when it kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, that's been going for several years and nobody really knows where it was headed. Nobody feels like, he's an ongoing villain with a sort of, an arc and a goal and a plot. People are just like, we're just doing assorted things, are we? We're just rolling through multiverse scenarios and the world's at stake. There was no sense of drive to the last phase.
No, it absolutely felt like that. Like, who's in charge? Who's in the Avengers? Is it Young Avengers? What are we doing?
Who bought Avengers Tower?
Who did? We still don't know.
I think we're gonna.
Who did it?
I think we're gonna reveal it's just like a real estate company.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and they've turned it into a vape shop. They've turned it into a vape shop / American candy store.
Oh, wow.
Despite the fact that it's in America. Yeah. Anyway, to answer your question, James, I would prefer if he was just Victor Von Doom.
But played by...
Yeah, but I think, also, he was recently in the show The Sympathizer where he just got to do a bunch of different makeup looks.
Wigs.
Maybe he's gotten addicted to wigs and makeup looks and he's like, make me a different guy.
God, that's a dangerous thing to be addicted to.
Make me my character in Tropic Thunder. I want to be that, but I'm Victor Von Doom.
That would be incredible.
Yeah. So I would prefer if he's just Victor Von Doom because, again... he talked about how he's gotten back into acting when he did Oppenheimer. Maybe he's like, I'm going to do such a completely different character, you will never even imagine that I'm the same guy.
I don't doubt that he can pull that off, but these things can go any number of ways. I mean, we've seen Johnny Depp attempt variations on Captain Jack Sparrow. Like, it's
Mordecai.
it's all he's been trying to do since he basically did that movie.
Yeah.
And, of course, he did Dr. Dolittle and that, with a weird accent and whatever, and that didn't go super well. But I think in terms of, I know people, might call this desperate or lazy or, again, they're looking to reignite the Marvel of old. But it does make sense. We talk about this all the time because for the general audience, this is bringing back somebody that but it's not exactly the same. Like, it's safe. And it's new enough to be exciting.
That's true.
To some.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on it. I think it'll probably end up working on some level, but I'm not super excited about it. Also, I don't even feel like I feel like he's still just left.
Yeah,
I don't feel like it's been...
I feel like it's been a long time, honestly.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
2019, so I guess, it's been 5 years since...
You know who else probably feels like it's been a long time?
Who?
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no Blade announcement.
No Blade announcement, no news at all. But yeah, my hope for this is either, best case scenario, it is him doing a completely different performance. He's like, it's unrelated to Tony Stark. He's not a Tony Stark variant or whatever, because that's multiversal, and I think people are kind of sick of that.
Yeah.
He's going to put on a new performance, and people are going to be like, if I didn't know already, I wouldn't know that was Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you could always have him killed off in the first movie, and then somebody finds the mask. In the regular universe, and it's
someone gets him with a big laser.
Somebody gets him with a big laser.
I'm bigger. I'm from a different dimension. This laser defeats everybody.
I know it's difficult to be bigger than you, Robert Downey Jr., because you're 6'1". I'm bigger.
I'm 6'2".
I'm 6'2". That's right. That's right.
But I think they've obviously thought this through, and they're really
have they.
I
Obviously.
think they have. No, I think they have. I think you can see they've completely stripped back the television stuff. As far as I know, they didn't mention it. There is television stuff still coming. We've got Daredevil, we've got Agatha, probably another thing. But they're not really doing that anymore, right?
True, yeah.
So I think they are. They're like, we need to refocus this.
Yeah.
I mean, even the idea of having Tom...
TV's the home of Star Wars, goddammit.
Finally. But the idea of Tom Holland's idol... who died and it completely traumatized him, and now he has to fight a guy who looks exactly like him.
Okay, sure, right.
I thought, honestly, the way that they could have gone was that they were going to do Captain Hydra. They were going to do Steve Rogers because he's the most virtuous character.
Evil
but that being
version.
said, there is room here, and I really wouldn't put it past them to bring back Chris Evans. This version of Victor Von Doom makes a version of Captain Hydra.
What if we get evil versions of everyone?
That's
what I'm
saying.
Maybe that's we were talking about Thunderbolts Asterisk.
Yeah.
Recently, and in the comic books, the Dark Avengers, Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, all the heroes are on the run. So Norman Osborn built his own Avengers, and he got the evil versions of all the heroic characters to masquerade as the heroes. So he got a version of Venom as Spider-Man, You got Ares to be Thor, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe that's what we're leading towards. But what if we got a movie where the villains were all evil version? We got an evil Black Widow played by Scarlett Johansson. I mean, this would cost $500 million.
Yeah.
But if you get an evil Black Widow,
but you don't even have to get them on the same day.
No, true.
Just film them all on a green screen, then put them together.
Scan their heads, make them look bad.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but then, when you got that dynamic, like the Civil War dynamic of like Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, you do that, you flip it. You do Victor Von Doom, you do Captain Hydra, or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, maybe there's probably time to do a little teaser at the end of New Captain America. What if there's a reveal?
Steve Rogers is back, but
that's right.
He's a Hydra man.
Yeah. Call me Steve.
Oh,
my. Rogers. It's perfect.
It is
There's
perfect,
an S at the start and the end.
God, they're 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
11th dimensional chess.
Now, we talked about this.
Yes.
Now, in terms of like how much he's going to be in it, Victor Von Doom is famously masked for a lot of it.
Correct, yes.
In some versions, he's actually a beautiful man with a tiny scar in his vein, so he wears the mask.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming...
And the funniest version is where he got a tiny little scar and then he went and he built a big hot mask and he put it on himself before it cooled down and it burned his entire head.
That is funny.
That is very funny. You should call him Dr. Dumbass. Dr. Dumbass Barbecue Face, they should call him.
You didn't think to pull it off immediately either?
Yeah, right?
What a dumbass.
There's
the version, of course, where his mum's in hell. That's fun too. So I think it's going to be mask on.
Yep.
Did you see he put on Tony Stark? Not Tony Stark, but he is Tony Stark. But Robert Downey Jr. put on like a new pair of sunglasses.
No? What does that mean?
Like they're different than his normal kind of... he's adopted like the Iron Man kind of sunglasses. And those kind of...
Okay, right. Yeah, I get it. Sure.
But they're slightly different.
Yeah, they're slightly bigger.
I think that says something or nothing.
I think it does too, doesn't it? I mean, and again, we're talking about the comic books. There is some sort of historical precedent for, Iron Man and Doctor Doom swapping armors sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Or, sometimes Doctor Doom will take over as Iron Man. He's done that before. There was a series called Infamous Iron Man where that happened. And etc. So,
Yeah, I think also they're going to have hologram Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man fight Doctor Doom at one point.
Whoa.
They're going to, he's backed up his brain and whatever.
Yeah.
And Tom Holland's going to be like, my dad's here.
Yeah.
My dad's here to help me.
And that's it. That's his one line in the movie. My dad's here.
Anyway, so Avengers Doomsday is going to be May 2026, as mentioned, and Avengers Secret Wars May 2027. Not that long away.
Not that long away.
Yeah. And then shut down the multiverse. Shut it down.
You think so? Yeah.
This has gone as far as it needs to go.
I know. The molecules, they've all changed.
Have they?
We can never do a multiverse again.
Oh, no.
That's a shame.
That is a shame.
Until next time. Until people aren't tired of it anymore.
Yeah. Wink.
Then the molecules will get better.
Will they?
Yep.
They've had a bit of a rest.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, should we move it along?
We switch the universe off and back on again. It's a multiverse again.
That'll do it.
Yeah.